Yay, can you hear me now? All right. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Looks like okay, yeah, let me start over. Good morning. Welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. It is Friday, February 7th, 2020. I forgot to turn on my mic because I am a bad person. It's actually in the description of the show. Chris is a bad person. So, good morning. Thank you, Critical Cripple Dave. Kristen, Mathpig is here. Everybody, all you guys are wonderful for showing up. Thank you very much. I have my Blame Mathpig tag ready. I actually even moved it up in my order so it'd be easier to get to today. So there's my hashtag Blame Mathpig. Tomorrow I'll be having Tiffany Lewis Lockhart with me. She's a sci-fi person, nerd. I want to say the word nerd. Some people, she's a nerd. She's a sci-fi nerd. She's going to be joining me tomorrow, and that's going to be fun. There's another Godless Unicorn, another YouTuber, a lady YouTuber. I don't know a lot about her. I just saw a couple of her video, and I thought she looked really interesting. Like she may join us tomorrow as well. It may be a ladies' night, girls' morning. It may be a girls' morning. I may do my nails. I don't know, but I'm hoping it's going to be fun talking about some serious sci-fi. Mike, my buddy Mike is here. Good morning, Mike. How are you doing, man? I love it when my buddy Mike shows up. He is awesome. He's huggable. If you ever get the chance, hug Mike because he's good. Good for a good hug. Nerdy Rodin is here. Everybody is here, man. Thank you guys for showing up. You're wonderful. Nerd and proud. See, Kristen's a nerd and proud. See, yeah, and you ought to join us for one of our sci-fi girly sessions. Do my pigtails. I don't really do pigtails. I don't. Give me a man bun though. That'd be interesting. All right, I wanted to talk to some things. I am going to. Can he be trusted with a wrench? Mike can be trusted with a wrench. He just doesn't know what to do with it. I suspect, but yes, he can be. If we're talking about Mike, is he? Yes, Mike can be. He now has a wrench. Mike, you have a wrench. You're a moderator now. That means you can ban people, hunt them down, club them, whatever. That's what it means. Yeah, I know, right? I'm kind of new to the YouTube sphere as well. So they give me wrenches, and that allows you the power to post links and to kick people from the chat. So if you see any religious nutbags other than yourself, feel free to go ahead. Can you see Mike? Oh, there's a nutbag and kick himself. I'm a bad person. That's the spirit, Raven. She's got it. Mike's going to kick us all. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I don't have a guest this morning. You may or may not have noticed that I don't have a guest. Normally at this point in the adventure, I would go, and my guest is, I don't have a guest. I'll put a link in case somebody wants to join me, but I kind of did that on purpose because, I wanted to take a minute and visit with my people, my friends. And that's you guys. Including Mike, by the way, about kind of the future of the channel. I got to read. There you go. Yes. So that's great. Send me a nerd girl and we'll get her on with us on the channel. That'd be wonderful. But I just kind of wanted to visit about, like the direction of the show. I'm enjoying it. I like having the guests on. I wanted to get people's opinion. If you're old enough, any of you guys who are listening, are you old enough to have listened to radio programs, morning shows where they have a couple, 2 or 3 guys, maybe a girl, they'll have people call in. It'll be funny. They talk about the news, the weather, they'll cover traffic sometimes. It depends on how local the morning show is. If it's really local, they'll cover the weather and the traffic. If it's a national channel, they won't do that sort of thing so much, but they'll, have big name guests on and they'll interview them. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of joking. Now, that's kind of the vision I have for the future of this show. I'd like to find another person or two to get on. We've talked about that. I've had people in. Atheist Pastor came on till he got the cooties and he's sick. He's feeling better now. And I've had Jay. I'd love to have Jay come back on and guest host because Jay was a lot of fun. Atheist Pastor was a lot of fun. We had good dynamic. We're fun people. But that's kind of the direction I wanted to go. I don't really. Yeah, they still do those shows. It's just who listens to the radio. I don't listen to radio anymore. I used to listen to Bob and Tom and thought they were wonderful. But that's kind of the direction I'd like to see this show go as I move forward. I enjoy political activism. I enjoy being active for American Atheist. I'm going to talk about the possibility of joining up with American Atheist and doing those sorts of things. That's wonderful. And I may even have a separate stream for that. Again, a conversation we're going to have in a minute. But as far as the morning show, I really want something a little more lighthearted. I want something, every now and then we could have somebody come on, but when we have somebody coming on, I don't want it to be a lawyer-esque interview. I want to have some fun with that person as best I can. That's the way I'd like to see the show go. And I'm working towards doing that kind of thing. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I think we've got a great community here, and I would enjoy having other people participate. I've talked to, Raven. Raven, I'm going to tell everybody I had this idea. If you've ever listened to Bob and Tom or any of those shows, they've got this guy. His name is Donnie Baker, who calls in. He just calls in. I don't know if he's ever been on the show, but he's actually a character. He's a comedian. But they'll be having their show, and they're like, hey, we got Donnie Baker on the phone. He'll be like, hi, I'm Donnie Baker. And he'll just go on about all kinds of stuff. And he's really hilarious. And then he was like, I swear to God, I did. If you're familiar with it, and it's just fun. Then he'll be done. He's off the show, and it's a call. I thought about getting Jay to do that as Hammer, as one of the Hammer brothers. I talked to Jay about it. Jay's not up on doing the live, like that to try to be, and I may talk him into doing a recorded thing or something. I got evil plans of doing this. That's the kind of stuff I'd like to have. I'd like to have somebody do a kind of call in. You kind of know him, huh? There's Raven. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing. I think that would be fun to do. I can do those things myself. I can sit over here and I can record. It could be pre-recorded. I could record it, play the recording, and then play off the recording during the show and have a little fun. That's not really what I want to do. I'd like to get other people to participate. That's what this whole channel is about, is participating. And that being said, I'm also, for ease of use, I'm also looking at splitting my channel. I dropped my Daily Atheist videos on here, my scripted videos on here, and that's great. And then I do the morning show on here, and it kind of gets cluttered up. Some people in here, like Jen didn't even know that I had scripted videos. Atheist Pastor, whenever me and Atheist Pastor were talking about, and he got sick and he kind of stepped out, and we haven't got to finish talking about it. We may never finish talking about it, but he was talking about coming on the show and being a regular host. So if the show ever becomes profitable, how do I share that with that person and be fair to them and be fair to me? How does that work? We watch anybody keeping up with the Steve McRae, Kyle Curtis partnership that went horribly, horribly wrong. You can understand the reason why I would be so hesitant about partnering up, or if I do partner up with somebody, wanting to make sure that everything is laid out ahead of time. And this work takes a lot of effort. Just to make playlists. Actually, I do have playlists. I do. I've been doing it ever since the beginning. One of the things that we talk about, people are like, man, your show looks pretty good. It looks more professional than X, Y, and Z. Well, what I did was I went on the internet. When I first started, I was like, how to make a YouTube channel. And I followed the directions that they told me. They said, get colored lights and put them in the back. Make a studio. Don't just have blank walls. That's kind of, if you're going to be professional. If you're just going to stream and you're just going to shoot the breeze, that's one thing. But if you're going to try to do the thing, do the thing. So, matter of fact, I have more stuff coming. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna paint the wall. We're gonna put that sound stuff on the wall. We're gonna put little things up there. We're trying to take it to another level. Purple. Sorry, another reflection. Reflection on my glasses is horrible. Written down Daily Atheist and Makeup. That's the best name. That's wonderful. I've been talking about that. And that's, matter of fact, that was what Atheist Pastor and I were talking about. But here's the deal. If I take my scripted videos, and because I have a Chris Mallard channel, and I just put them over there. There's just nothing there now. So I put those over there, and I can drive traffic to it. Hey, everybody, go over here and watch my videos over here. And then I could also have this channel, which is now the Daily Atheist channel, but I would change it to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. And this channel would be specifically for the morning show. I did banners and all those things for specifically the morning show. And then I'm planning on I've got 2 evening shows in my brain that I'm talking about doing. They'd be separate shows. I would produce them. I might be part of them. If I can find hosts, I'll do them, and I'll have somebody else do the host, be hosting preferably for at least one of these shows. One of them will be left-leaning liberal atheist politics, like a talk show. Rachel Maddow, but for atheists. I know me and Rachel kind of look a lot alike. It's hard to mistake it, but as I said, don't see that's what Cripple's saying. But listen, if I do that, let's say I took this channel here and separated my own daily atheist videos off onto another channel, then the traffic and money produced by that channel would be mine. And it would be easy. If I get a co-host who's going to co-host on this thing all the time, I want to be able to give them a percentage of the money that comes from the Daily Atheist program that they're working on, that they have earned, I feel, if they're going to drive traffic. But I can't really split that up between my videos. And so if I give them a percentage, they get right. Yeah, see, that's kind of the deal. I'm not quite ready yet. I don't even have a partner. But whenever I get a partner, if I get a partner and we do decide to do the thing, then that way I'll be able to go, all right, here's the traffic from the Daily Atheist Morning Show channel, and here's your percentage of that. Here's your percentage of the top chat from that channel. The other one will be just scripted videos. The Chris Mallard will just be my scripted videos, my Evil God Monster of Abraham series. It always sounds better if you do it like that. Try it. It just rolls off the tongue. So I will do my scripted videos over there, my morning show here, specifically morning show. And then whenever I do Atheisting After Dark, that's one of the shows I'm thinking about doing in the evening. It'll just be us chilling, having a good time. Hi, Lucy. Haven't seen Lucy in a while. She likes Harry Potter, in case you're curious. So then I'll have the Atheisting After Dark. And what if I find a good co-host who wants to host that while I produce and we start developing the thing? Well, then that would make it easier for me to split up the profits if we become profitable and just go, this is. If it's all in one channel, then if I give them 30% of the profit driven off the channel, then I'm giving 30% of the profit that comes off my videos that I do. And then there's another thing to consider is that somebody who wants to come in here, and I mean, no offense to anybody, right? But they're going to come in and they're going to, hello, BA the DJ, bouncing Bob Angel for an hour a day. And that's it. But I work this bitch from 3:30 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night every day. And I'm supposed to give them a 30 or 40% chunk of that. Right? I mean, I do everything. And, until you've had a video, a channel like this, and you're trying to drive it as a profession where you're building stuff and you're learning all this stuff, you don't really realize how much work there is involved. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect. I live that. That is, oh, I can do that. Oh, shit, that's really hard. They almost come out and say, yeah, see, 50-50 sounds great if somebody is going to do 50% of the work. I have a nephew I love. He's wonderful. Right now, we've had some family. We've had a couple deaths in the family down in Texas that may have been slowing things up. A month ago, almost, I paid for an annual subscription to a podcast program, Podbean, and we paid for it. It's paid for. And now all we have to do is take my shows, put them in a program like Filmora, pull the audio off, put a little intro at the beginning, a little intro at the end, and upload them. And that's it. It's done. And it's been there for a month. And not a single podcast has been uploaded. We've talked about it. Oh, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Hey, I'll work on it tonight, blah, 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 blah. But not a single podcast is done. I'm going to have to stop everything else I'm doing and go make that podcast happen. I've got plenty of content. I got, 100 videos that I'm going to make podcasts out of. And it doesn't take that long. I've got the technology and equipment. But when you trust somebody else to do it, oftentimes you get let down. No offense, little Donnie. You know how it is. But damn, one podcast. So I'm going to end up doing that myself. I got a website. Let's talk about a website, everybody. Let's go over to dailyatheist.com. Daily Atheists with an S. Go to daily. I'll pull it up over here. Let's go to dailyatheists.com. Now, so I have a website. Did you know? And my plan for the website is to shill, obviously, my stuff like you would expect a website. But whenever somebody goes to the dailyatheists.com website, they're going to have, it's going to have my stuff, but I also want to have shills out to my friends. So Jen's little corner, I'm going to have a little, maybe even a page I might even have a link where it goes Friends of the Daily Atheist. And you click that and then it'll have a link and a description to each one of my friends who've helped support me. I'll have guests, previous guests. So whenever you click on that, you'll see a drop down and it'll have the videos. It'll have the YouTube videos of and you can watch it right there on the website. These are my plans of evil, doom, and despair. Now, a month ago, when we bought the Podbean, we also got the web hosting. And I put WordPress on the web hosting, and I gave, again, my nephew access to the web hosting. And in that time, this is all we got. you know, just the Daily Atheist there, a couple of pictures of merch. I told him to do that. I even told him how to do it. Just, go get a link and put a picture. Now I got to go take the background. I got to change it. There's essentially nothing there. It's nothing. So if I want to do it, I got to go build it. Now I'm sitting here watching. All right, so, it's been a while since I built a website. So now I got to go get branding. I'm going to start with branding. I get my branding. Well, now I got to go work on my branding. I'm going to go work on that branding. I'm going to sit here for hours designing that branding to put yonder on the website. And then we'll put that on the website. It's going to take me, because I don't know a lot about branding. I'm going to have to go watch videos, maybe on canva.com, learn how to use it, make me a banner, figure out my banner, put the morning show and all that stuff. I'll even have a link to the morning show where you can come and watch the morning shows. I'll do all that stuff. But but then somebody's going to come along and go, hey there, I want to sit there for an hour a day and talk, and I want half. Or I want 30%. All right. So now that you guys have kind of, so some of you people out there, nerdy, quite a few of you have channels, and you understand the level of work that goes into this. So how much of your channel would you give up to somebody who came and just talked for an hour a day? Now, if they were going to bring more than that, that's wonderful. Lucy wants 35% to talk for an hour a day. That's wonderful. That's it, right? That's it. That's exactly the experience. And something else that pisses me off. I'm going to say this. I'm sorry out there. If you're out there and you've done this and we've been there, you're my friend. I love you, but I'm sorry. If I've got this channel and it's this freaking big, and I'm doing this well, and I'm going like this, my arc is like this. If you have this channel that's like this, and you've been working on it 3 times longer than I've been working on my channel, and it's going like this, don't come and tell me I'm doing something wrong. Don't come in my channel or text me and tell me you think I should change how I work my channel. Because I have that kind of happen a lot. Other channel creators going, oh, you should do this. And I'm like, wait, why are you, I get it. But there's one thing is suggestions. But some people are a little more forward about it. And I'm kind of getting ready to tell people to piss off. Just because, listen, it's like me just pulling over to the side of the road, seeing Mario Andretti and going, hey man, if you were to turn a little sooner during that last, if you had a bigger channel, I need a bigger channel mentor, somebody to guide me who has a bigger channel. But you got 100 people on your channel, 100 subscribers, and you've got 3 videos out there. Don't be telling me how to run my channel. Ask me how to run a channel is what you should be doing. So forgive me for my little rant. Because, I rant sometimes. So that I just kind of wanted to cover those things. I got something else. I made a list. I actually make lists. I made a list of things I want to visitate yonder about. Just me today, and that's okay. I've gotten so dependent. I wrote that down. I've gotten so dependent on co-hosts. Tell people to fuck off. That's fine. I've become so dependent on co-hosts that, I've whenever it comes to the notion of me getting up here all by myself, alone and scared with nothing to do but talk, it's scary. But it's not. I've made friends. They're listening, having a good time. We've developed a little bit of a community. So if I have to fly solo, I gotta fly solo. I don't care. I just make me a little list of things to talk about. Now, because you guys are so wonderful and you've been with me so long, we got things to talk about. I could sit here and bounce on people. So I will drop a link here in a few minutes if somebody wants to join me, but I got a couple of more things. Normally, I'm very kind of nervous about doing it all alone and scared, but this time here, I just got words. I got words. They're good words. They're the best words. So now that we've covered the morning show, you kind of understand. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas, you know what a morning show is like. They usually have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Certain days they do certain things. Throw me some suggestions and help me develop where we're going with the channel, because I do enjoy it. I think I got a niche. I've got a good time frame. I got a good idea, and I've got some good friends behind me, a wonderful support. So if you've got any ideas, throw them my way, and we'll try to develop them into my show. I will absolutely steal that idea and may or may not give you credit. I don't know. I'm a bad man. It says so in the description. I should actually write it in the description. I am a bad man. Okay. Now, on to something else. Un moment. Yes. So now that we've talked about the morning show, I'd like, if you guys don't mind, I would love your suggestions for an evening show. We could do a Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Somebody I gotta put this in there. Best name. There we go. Branding. Okay, so branding. I've been working on my branding. I've kind of got a brand. I just don't have. I know what professional branding is. I just can't quite see it in my head yet. That will come when I can get that vision. You will see it applied across my networks. You'll see right now. I sort of have a brand, and it's this. Let me show you this gold red thing you might see if when on the my thumbnails. It's just a freaking red banner I stole from somewhere many moons ago. I stole it. So let me go here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Or I won't because it put a different thing up. Anyway, so I've got that, but that's not good enough. It doesn't match my little guy with the glasses. It doesn't, so I need to work all that together and develop a professional brand for my morning show. That being said, pink. Oh, I thought he said pick. Yeah, see, I get that. I totally get that. Yes, absolutely. And that's probably where I need to start. Maybe I'm getting too befuddled with the whole, I need a banner, I needed this, I needed that, and just step back and go, let's start with just the colors. What colors do I like? I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. I'm a Darkwing Ducks fan, right? So what are the colors that are associated with those? Purple and yellow. Do I do purple and yellow because that's kind of been my style forever? I mean, I got tattoos, purple and yellow. Do I do that? I think I might do that. But when you look at the science and the psychology, purple and yellow aren't the big. It's more like red and blue. Really red, Coca-Cola. Red. Red is a big. Yeah, I don't know. So I've got I could do a daily dumbass segment. Religion will provide. That's. Thank you, John Anthony. Welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you showing up. Normally I have other folk with me today, but I'm alone and scared. Not really scared. Not as scary as it was. I tell you though, if you go back and watch, one day I said, you know what? I want to do a morning show. So the next morning I turned on the camera and I tell you, it was scary. This ain't so scary because I got my peeps. Let's see here. Thoughts about future show, producing the show. So now that we've talked about the morning show, you understand my situation on the brand. Purple is cool. See, hi, Ann. I love Ann. Ann is just wonderful. That's like quality viewership right there. Ann, hi, Ann. Good morning. So now that we know what's going on there, I do plan to develop. Yeah, there you go. So I do want to go ahead, though, and I want to knock together a couple of evening shows. I know it sounds weird, but that's kind of what we're working on. And, hey, there we go. See, I got friends who send me messages in software I don't understand. I love you. Atheism, you're wonderful, man. But I don't know how to send texts in Instagram. Somebody sent me a message in Instagram yesterday. I'm like, how the hell do I don't know how to find it. I don't know how to read it. I just noticed the notification. So mental note, learn Instagram. Oh, that'll be easy. Let me kick in my Dunning-Kruger. Go take my little Dunning-Kruger pill. Is Randy here? Good morning, Randy. How you doing, Randy? It's good to have you, buddy. It's me, alone and scared, just harping. I'm going to drop a link in case somebody, but by the time I'm done rambling. So again, I want to do a couple. I know it's ambitious, right? I want to do a couple of evening shows. Hour-long evening shows too. One of them I want to be political, and the other one I want to be more like atheist, relaxing, like a chill kind of thing. Got to work it in my head, figure out how to make that happen. Once I make it happen, though, I'll be asking people. Matter of fact, if you know somebody who'd be interested in co-hosting or host something like that, let me know because I want to develop it. And then as things go forward and we grow those, we can all grow our communities. The purpose of this is so whenever Jay comes on to co-host, people will see Jay and go, hey, I want to go subscribe to Jay. And they'll go subscribe to Jay. And then, of course, Jay spread it out in his social media that he's going to be on the show. So his friends come over and they see my show and they subscribe to my show. The following week, we've got Chris, the Atheist Pastor, coming on. The following week, we've got, somebody else coming on. We're going to have, actually, Marie Delafont is going to come and co-host for a week in March. Looking forward to it. She's going to bring people to my channel. I'm going to bring people to her. And it's kind of see, Amanda, you could help with that. That'd be wonderful. And I'm looking to do that in the evening, sometime between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. Mountain. is when these 2-hour-long shows is going to happen. I'm not sure on a time yet. I wanted to get with my peeps and my friends and find out what they thought. Obviously, I think that show would probably be easier for my Aussie friends to make, because a 7 o'clock show p.m. in the evening here is like 1 or 2 in the afternoon in Aussie land. How will that affect if I do a 7 o'clock p.m. show, how will that affect people in Sweden? How will that affect my buddy Mathpig over in England? Will he still be able to make the show? Because, I mean, Mathpig, he doesn't talk very much. He doesn't say anything very often, but man, it's just kind of like him and Dave and Atheist, who I haven't seen, lately. All you people who show up, just having them there makes things better, and I know he's listening, he's chilling, and it makes it great. So what time would be a bad time for my people in England, Ireland, Scotland, Sweden? I said Sweden. I want to try to produce those umlauts in that thing. I want to show people my thing. Let me show you the thing. So I've gotten some sweat for this. I'm building my Teespring merch store. And I'm learning, right? So I went online. It says, do this. So I went and followed the instructions. It said, I made some of my own merch, but it also said, go find some of the things that are out there, like phrases and sayings that have, and just make it your own and do the thing. So I made it my own. I made, it's just a font change. I made a little bit of thing. I'm going to show you this shirt, but I've had some friends, my friends complaining. I don't know if complaining necessarily. They've been enjoying the umlauts. It's just a font, right? Le font. Let me find it here. Another friend wanted a fuck organized religion shirt, so I made that for him. They bought it. I'm like, hey, that's wonderful. That's another conversation we're gonna have here in a minute. So let me show you all this one, because I know you're just dying to sit here and go through my merch. Because you're sitting there going, if I could just sit through somebody's merch this morning, whose merch would I sit and look at? That would be the amazing Super Chris. That's me, my merch. I just want to show you all this about the umlauts. Come on, thing, where the hell? We'll do it on this one. It's wonderful. Okay, now peep this, my homies. Okay, so it's got the Haro. There we go. So it's got this is just a font called Holy Empire. That's all it is. It's a Teespring font called Holy, but it's got these little every except the A. Oh, even the O. Look, that O. See, different O's have. So I guess capital O's don't have. There you. Oh, was it you, Amanda, who bought the shirt? That's wonderful. Thank you I knew somebody did. I was a little worried. I had somebody, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, say, hey, if you make this shirt, I will buy it. So I made it. I thought it was him, but it wasn't. I suspected, right? But you'd be surprised at how long it takes to make this stuff. Because you put the stuff up there, and atheism, these are two separate little things. So this is going to be discombobulated. Anyway, let me go back. But that was my Swedish friends have been having problems with the umlauts. Well, most people don't care, but I guess in Sweden, I'm not going to do my cook. What's his name? The cook? The chef. I'm not going to do my chef impersonation for you guys now. I'll do that later. Let me change up my banners real quick. Show us some love. That's not the banner I wanted. There we go. Nope, that's not right either. Haro. There we go. All right. So, So now that we're talking about the whole merch and the whole, all that stuff, I kind of want to mention something else that I've got on my list to talk about today, and that is that with running a YouTube channel, any of you know there are expenses that come with it. Well, I finally gotten enough merch sales and Patreon supporters to pay for StreamYard. I mean, right? That's a big step. It pays for a month, 1 month, but still, right? That's part of it. Validation, showing it's going to work. This is a concept that's going to function. I'm not shilling out right now for that. It's more about talking about the success than it is about asking somebody. Ain't nobody talking to me or something like that. Than it is about asking somebody for money. It's like, gosh, I worked really hard. I built this, and now look, this is working and this is working. I'm getting Patreons. I'm actually a Patreon supporter. I'm Atheist Pastor. I support Atheist Pastor because I'm learning, right? And then I have my own supporters. I have my own merch sales that are helping, thank you, to pay for things like the StreamYard. And that's kind of the first goal is to make it pay for itself, right? And then after that, there may be some profit. What do you do in the situation like this whenever you actually finally get profit? You start buying stuff to make it go better, advertising or whatever. And so it's really, I'm really happy with certain things. As far as the morning show, like I said, I'd like to see it become more entertaining, more fun, more laughs. I want more laughs. I want us to laugh on our way to work. But that's right. Swedish. I'm going to practice that. Like I practice my Irish accent. Oh, there you go. Now they're picking on my umlauts. So, wearing shirts or pins brings greater awareness to our community. That's exactly right. Now, even on my morning show, I don't normally. I have this notion about swearing. One thing is obviously it demonetizes the video. So we kind of want to avoid that if possible. But we're all grown-ups. If I want to swear, I'm going to swear. It's not that big a deal. But I don't do it normally. It's not something I normally do. So when I make merch, it's not likely that I'm going to make merch with swear words on it. So whenever you go look at that one shirt that that was actually a special request, And I'm proud. I'm gonna leave it there. Whenever I sent him a message going, "I am an artiste," because I thought it looked pretty awesome. All swearing. Yeah. Well, I get that, and I'm not against. I'm gonna take off my little thingy here while we work because it's getting hot. I'm really not against sweating. I worked 20 years in the oil field. I doubt. I mean, you'd really have to struggle to say swear words that would make this man blush. I'm not against it. I do it plenty. It's just. Brown chicken, brown cow. Just slipped the ones in the side there. Sorry. But it's just one of those things that, especially, we do have a message that we want to get across. I really do. If some atheist is out there watching the show, and oh, really? Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Atheist, somebody's out there watching the show, and they're questioning. I don't want them to be turned off just because of language. Just because of that, I don't want some younger person not being able to listen to the show just because there's language. I just don't want language to be the reason. Bad language to be. We're grown-ups, right? We can do those things. Hey, this one guy. There's this one guy. I'll tell you what. One time, this one guy popped into my stream. That was this time. Hi, guy. How's it going at work? See, listening at work. That's wonderful. You guys are awesome. I think I got a good time there. Going back to that again. Any of you guys have suggestions about the 2 evening streams I'm looking for? Remember, I want one to be a political, left-leaning atheist, out of the box, left-leaning, right? Progressive, liberal, atheist channel. I don't want to apologize for not being bipartisan. No offense to anybody. I don't want to apologize for not giving the right their fair share. They get their fair share. Yeah, I know. Best name ever. That's exactly. But let's put this up here and let's talk about this while we got it. Right. So, Jen Aldrich. Let's put that up there. I have seen Jen is actually one of the reasons, because of her, she's one of the reasons why I actually have that little rule. And I'll often say, I don't mind some bad language, but don't come on here cussing like you're a 13-year-old and your dad has just left the room. When I say that, I'm talking about Jen. Because I've seen her on a couple of chats, and they've got this bad bitches thing, and I guess that's their whole shtick. I really don't know, but every time I've seen her, it's just been. It really brings down the quality of the content for me. I mean, I don't mind cussing. Cussing's not bad. It's just whenever every third word, is a bad word. It's like you're trying to show off on your ability to cuss. So the question is not about. Cursing is an art form. That's great. That's wonderful. That's why I totally get those things. Here's the real question, though. It's not about, because I don't disrespect Miss Jen. I just don't appreciate that on my show. That's fine if they do it elsewhere. The question would be, if I were to invite Jen to my show, would she respect me and limit it? Or would she be like, Well, fuck that. I'm gonna say whatever I want to because I'm a free girl and I have no idea. She's very brash and very out, and I'm really interested to find out whether or not she would respect me and keep it to a minimum, or if she would just come out, balls deep in the cussing. Is that where we're going to go? Is that the only entertainment we got? I just don't want that. So I don't want to start a fight with anybody. I don't want to get ostracized from the Talk Heathen show because I don't want none of that. I just kind of, kind of like a morning radio show, like a morning show, not a sailors at the bar talking about their conquest show. It's a morning show. Would people respect me if they come on my show? That's the question. Matter of fact, if she would invite me to her show and wants me to cuss, I will. I absolutely would respect her and do that. Would she come on my show and not, or at least keep it to a minimal? Like I said, I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying be respectful to my ways on my channel. Would she do that? I don't know. Everybody else has done it. I'll have a little speech. Somebody will ask me, what a strange hill to die on. Godless bitches. Well, right. She's on Godless Bitches 3.0, but she's been like the last month or so has been a recurring guest on Talk Heathen. That's where I found her at. I've never seen Godless Bitches. Never seen it, but I have seen her on Talk Heathen. I'm pretty sure it was Talk Heathen. Supremely confident it was Tom. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so that's all it is, and I find it interesting that Best Name Ever specifically mentioned her because she is specifically the reason why I give that little speech to people before the show. Because I saw a couple of streams, I was like, yeah, I don't want that on my show. I get it. And then we've got people like Mathpig. We've got people like Neil who listen to this at work, like a radio station. We got another person just a few minutes ago. Was it John Anthony? Hey, John. Was it John? Said they're listening to this at work. I don't want to be language to be why people turn my radio off. Just because somebody feels like their dad has left the room and they're old enough to cuss now. I don't want that on my show. I don't. We're all grown-ups. So, you're my show, my rules. That's kind of how I feel about it too. But I would like to think, I saw her originally on Neil's show. That's where I found her. Yeah, I'm supremely confident I saw her on anyway, it doesn't matter, but you're right. I know I saw her on Neil's show. So absolutely, totally. But she's, if you're going to have a claim to fame, that's hers. She science fiction made for TV swearing, abso-fraggin-lutely, right? I love it too. I like Stargate. We'll do sci-fi tomorrow, but in Stargate, there's this episode where they do, this lady's trying to come up with a game show. Vala is trying to come up with a TV show. And so she's pitching these ideas at this guy who she's seen. And she pitches one where it's actually Farscape. And all the characters from Stargate are dressed up like Farscape, but they're in different roles. And every one of them says a different bad word. That's all they say. Flop, 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 flop. And that's it. Good morning, AP. How are you doing this morning, Chris? Didn't miss much. I was just kind of renting. Jen is here. Good morning, Jen. I started to send you a text and see if you wanted to join me, but I've got and I will put a link for anybody who would like to join me. But this morning I kind of had I didn't try too hard to get guests for today because I had some things on my mind. So I really wanted to discuss the direction of the channel, how the channel's going, what I'd like to see. Atheist Pastors. Me too. Aha. Anyway, there we go. Starbucks frack is awesome. That's right. So those kind of things, I got all distracted lately. It's not, hey, they must have shut down the stream over Atheist Pastor's channel. So good morning. So what I was talking about was I had a few things. I didn't have a guest this morning. I just had some things I wanted to get off my chest towards the channel about the direction of the channel, how things are going, what I'd like to see. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by. And we did cover, in case y'all missed it, I let everybody know that for the first time, my merch sales and my Patreon income is more than my software expenses. So yay, finally that's just for this month, right? I got to keep those sales coming in. A joke for the I got you. Yes. The lady who played Mary, I don't remember her name. She played the president through the Battlestar Galactica movie. Babylon 5. That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Chris, fellow Babylon 5er. But she said, the lady who played the president, Rosalind, in Babylon 5, said that when they weren't rolling the cameras, the language around there was so horrible that they were just cussing. She cussed all the time. Real cuss words, sci-fi fake cuss words. It just all the time her language had gotten so bad from being on that set. Yeah, Frack was from Babylon 5. That's right. Amazing. So we've covered those things. We have some interesting stuff going on with American Atheist. I am joining American Atheist, but I also may become the state director for American Atheist in New Mexico. That may be happening possibly. An Atheist Pastor brought something to my attention. Well, he didn't bring it to my attention. It's kind of in the back of my brain, but hearing it from somebody else kind of gave it more weight. And that was it. We're getting these American Atheist people on here, and that's great. We're helping spread their message. They're helping spread our message. But then it's turning into, the morning show is turning into the morning American Atheist show, talking serious stuff about blah, blah, blah. And thank you. And so how do I change that? Well, I think the part of the solution will be, one of the evening streams, the political evening stream possibly. And I'll start shuffling them to there and have more lighter content on the morning show. But I wanted to kind of, it did occur to me that it wasn't really following the way I wanted it to go. But me and Atheist Pastor, Chris, I think we have a good rapport. We're fun together. I think those kind of shows would be funner if we had a third person. Not the interview, you know what I mean? I think, especially the older people who've done the radio, what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to get at. But I also think that if I do become the state director for American Atheist in New Mexico, that will help. I'll mention it on here, but I think I should really save the big shilling of that for one of the evening shows. Oh yeah, they're still talking about swearing. Yeah, see, I'm not actually against the swearing. And we've used the words. The bad words do come up, the poopy words. They do come up. It's just. I think anybody who caught what I was saying earlier understands. I'm sure. I'm supremely confident. I have no doubt, because Jen Aldridge does seem to have kind of sailor vocabulary, but she doesn't seem like she's disrespectful or ugly to other people who don't deserve it, who don't attack her. I get no vibes like that from her. Nothing. She seems like a great person beyond those things. So I have no doubt that she would be willing to, if she came on, she would respect me and keep it to a minimum. I don't think she has anything to prove. So I'm all for that. I would extend her an invitation, right? One of the things about being a producer, and see, I think so too. I believe so too, Anthony, Randy. I think joining the American Atheist will help me grow my channel, and because they don't have representation, or my understanding is they don't have representation here in New Mexico. It will help me to help them grow American Atheist. Devin Graham from Florida is down there in Florida, and she's fighting bills that are trying to be pushed into law on behalf of American Atheist. Justin Scott is in Massachusetts. No, Iowa. Justin Scott is in Iowa. He is getting out the atheist vote and working in our best interest. And if something goes down in his state, he's on it. He knows, but there's nobody here. There's nobody here in this state. I think Nevada doesn't have one. There's quite a few states that don't have state directors. And so that kind of means, not fully, because there are other people out there watching, but as far as American Atheists, that means there's nobody watching the legislature here in New Mexico to see what the crazy religious nutbags are trying to push through. I'm not calling all religious people crazy or nutbags, but the ones I'm talking about. If they can call me a heathen, I can call them a nutbag. But you know what I mean? So there's nobody guarding our front in these areas. So, I can, see here, Atheist Pastor. He sees it. Yeah. Yeah. See, and that's what I'm saying. She may be wonderful. And he and I have actually talked about that too, whenever he was on the show, about those things. Aaron Ra, see, there you go. So becoming that would probably help the channel. But like Chris, Atheist Pastor, mentioned, I don't really want the morning show to be nothing but American atheist politics. I really don't want that. I want to support them. I'd love to become an official sponsor even, or whatever. Today we're sponsored by American Atheist. Fly American Atheist. We have the best airlines. But so I get that. Let me get this. Oh, are you leaving? Are you leaving, Kirsten? School? Oh, you're back now. I got you. Okay, awesome. Yeah. All right. Here it is again. South Dakota with anti-trans legislation. What freaking century do we live in? They don't even. Oh, it makes me so angry. Half the time they don't even acknowledge that these people exist. Right? They're not really trans. They're not really this. They're just confused, or they're blah, right? So they're not going to, and then they're going to make laws that harm them. Then they're going to make laws that harm people who support them. One of them was saying that in one of the states, pardon me if I forgot the state, I think it may be Mississippi. I'm not really sure. But one of the states they're having is, right. And this is, all right, so I'm going to pop this up there. See, this is part of the deal. I got distracted. This is part of the deal. American atheists' ability to organize needs help. From the outside, it seems. I say needs help. I'm just saying. I think it's like they need money. They need support because they're trying to organize. It's just there's like this web across the country, and there's gaps in our web of atheist stuff, because it's not because of lack of effort on their part. I am not disparaging American atheists. It's our fault. Those of us like myself I've been an out and out atheist for years and at least a decade. I've written a book in 2013 about it, and yet I've never joined American Atheist. Why? Well, part of the reason why is because I've never really thought about them. They're kind of out there. They're not in my mental sphere. Whenever I think about joining an an atheist group, who do we talk about joining in America? The very first, if there's an atheist group, the first one that comes to my brain is the FFRF. So let me see. Lack of cohesion. That's right. That's right. Matter of fact, Atheist Pastor. Oh, there he is. He and I were talking about something very similar to that recently. I think if he ever takes up the opportunity to do something there or whatever, if y'all organize that, what I'm trying to say is Australia could use some organization in that department. Any organization would be good, I think. Digital presence. That's exactly right. And that's kind of what we're talking about. I've been talking to them about helping them at least using my show or my shows or my platform as a platform for American atheists. But I don't want it to swallow up my show, and that's what it'd be all about. I don't mind one of the evening shows if we want it to be about that. That's great. But the morning show, I'd like to be a little more fun, a little more hangout, laughy, rather than being the American Atheist shill show, and that's not really, I don't really see that as a bad thing, because we got to grow our people. We got to if we want power comes in numbers. Absolutely. See, Chris, desperately need organization. There in Australia, they need it. Here in America, we need. I can't speak to Europe, but I'm sure they probably could use some organization here. And part of the deal is, forgive me, brothers and sisters in atheism and humanism, is part of the deal is everybody wants to be the boss. I say that as the guy applying to be a boss in New Mexico. But, well, I can't be the boss at the Freedom from Religion Foundation, so I'm going to go over here. Oh, they've got a boss? I'm going to go over here. Well, for long, they can't find any place that doesn't have a boss, so now they've got another organization that they're going to start. And, so now, are you American Atheist? Are you the Freedom from Religion Foundation? Are you part of the American Humanist Organization, the Secular Humanist Organization, the Secular Fight for blah, blah, blah? Are you which group are you? Because we got so many groups. They're all doing the same thing differently. If they pulled all their resources under one or two hats, they'd be so much better off. But and in a way, they kind of do, in that One is like the legal front. The FFRF is the legal front. The AA is more like the firebrand. Blah 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 blah. But their ability to work together is limited. Not their ability to work together. Maybe their willingness or their awareness that they need to, or maybe they're just too busy. As somebody on the outside, it's so easy to let my Dunning-Kruger kick in and go, oh, this will be easy. And that's exactly what's happened. I'm like, you guys don't have the state director here? It looks like you're in desperate need of leadership. And here I am. So, but then I'm going to get in and like, oh yeah, we need you to do this on Tuesday and this on Wednesday and this on, and then they're going to be like, oh, yeah, expecting me to do stuff. And it's going to be harder than I thought. So that's kind of one of the things though. That's my deal. Why shouldn't I join an organization like that? Especially, we've got the power. It's really in us, it's in us. It's in us as a group. Atheist Pastor, he's got a platform. I don't know how, and he's got, not only does he have a platform, let me just kind of catch up. Irony says hello. Hi, Irony. Splitter, let me just catch up. Yeah. So Atheist Pastor, there's Atheist Pastor. There is, it's moving. Start a scientific inquisition. No. That's the church's job. Did somebody say steak? No, burning at the stake. See. No, I totally get it. She there. I think apparently there's a group of people that think Kristen should be on some live stream somewhere. I'm one of those people. Although she's just content to shill. Atheist group in here in Georgia got a little dangerous. We were not liked. Exactly. Now let's talk about Georgia. Georgia is the state where, or not Georgia, the Bible Belt. The Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. That's where I live. There's not a lot of danger. From those sorts of things. But Georgia, I would be concerned. I really would. When I first started, I wrote my book back in 2013. About a year and a half before I wrote the book, I created the Chris Mallard website, the Chris Mallard Facebook page and all that stuff. Chris Mallard is not my name. Okay. It's not. I changed my name to protect the innocent. Because when I started it, at the time I had a different wife, not my nurse wife. But at the time, she was afraid that I was living down in Texas, that we would be harmed by the peaceful, loving followers of peaceful, loving Jesus. And for good reason. There's absolutely good reason to be concerned about those. So that was the reason why I went up with Chris Mallard. Drake Mallard is the name of Darkwing Duck. So if you're wanting to know where I got the Drake or the Mallard from, ta-da! See, because I was on my online presence for since I started the internet. 95, I guess, has been Darkwing Duck. I've been Darkwing throughout this whole time. So in case y'all were curious, open carry, yeah. Open carry is a little thing, and that kind of typos piss me off. Yep. Alabama without justifiable fear. Yeah, that's right. Which state was it? It was Mississippi, where the African American, or was it Georgia, where they were killed in the car back in the 60s while they were going around tour. I think it's a black man. And yeah. So, and then there was the one guy, the one person who was literally drugged to death behind a truck down in Texas by a chain, because he was gay, I think it was. Anyway, yeah, there's absolute right in these other places to be afraid, Darkwing Duck. When there's trouble, you call DW. So, y'all got that for free. Wait, Atheist Pastor. Did he say something? I'm just crushed now. His name isn't Atheist Pastor. Missouri is an open carry state too. Yeah. And I understand the need for guns. I am not anti-gun. I'm not. Let's get dangerous. Was that good? That was good. I understand the need to protect yourself, to protect your home. To protect yourself in a home, in my opinion, we could do that with maybe a 9mm pistol and a shotgun should be kind of the extent of it. You don't need a rifle that can shoot through a refrigerator to protect your home. Somebody is trying to break into your house and you're going to take a pot shot at them and you miss and it goes to the wall and it kills a neighbor kid laying in his bed at night. That's on you, man. That's on you. You don't need that. Matter of fact, you'd be better off with a shotgun because you're more likely to hit the person oh no, I'm a Marine. I've done it for years. I got all the controls. How many kids die every year, not from being overshot, but from Marines who got all the control and know everything, who didn't lock their shit up? Huh? Just that one thing. How many kids die every year from having too many guns, not enough sense? More than die in American military dying in the Middle East every year. And it's not enough. So I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go to the guns route this morning because I'm mixed. I'm mixed. In our modern age, I don't really believe we need that kind of thing anymore. I just don't. And also, it's sort of like, we don't operate on people based on texts that were written in the 17th century. We shouldn't run our government by doctrines that were written in the 17th century. I'm just saying. 16th. Oh, I'm sorry, the 16th century. 17th century. Yeah, right. 17th, 18th. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, 18th. You know what I'm saying? It's written a long time ago. By that same notion, I wouldn't want to live my life by a book that was written by a bunch of devil worshippers. That slipped out. Desert tent makers, back in the day. Personal rocket launcher. Who hasn't wanted one of those? See, that's exactly right. That's right. There's a video on the internet going around somewhere. You can find it. And it's this guy. He walks into an office. He looks mad. He's got a single fire from back in the day. He walks through and people are like, oh gosh. And they're scared. And he puts it down and he takes a shot and he misses whoever it was that he went in there to get. And then he stops and he puts a gun on the ground and he starts pouring the powder into it and shoving the thing in there. And the thing is like, when gun laws when this was made, this is the kind of gun you had. That's exactly the good old days. And something else, a lot of these, I'm going to say it, morons who support the Second Amendment under the notion that, back in the day, cowboys could go anywhere. I like the old West. We had your guns and your sense. Do you know why the OK Corral happened? Anybody know why? What was Wyatt Earp trying to do? What were the deputies with Wyatt Earp trying to do? The other brothers, I can't remember the name. The other gang that was coming in, they didn't want to give up their guns. You're not supposed to have guns in the town. In the old West, fucking Wyatt Earp days, they were anti-guns in the town. And they were going to take that, and they refused to give up their guns. And the guys who refused to give up their guns lost, and they all got killed. Most of them, I think. You know what I mean? So these nutbags who think that today our gun laws are more strict than they were back then, maybe they should learn a little bit of history about certain things. Yeah. Yeah. Some people can blow this up and make, it's kind of like that straw man thing. They make an argument and then they knock it down based on not real logic. They blow things out of proportion. Daltons, I think that was it. The Daltons. Yep. That's right. Well, we can't. We absolutely cannot. But the problem is they just got validation with Trump getting acquitted. It's just going to get worse. I said it. I even wrote it down the day I said it with Justin. I wrote down the day so I can go back to the video and say that I said this was coming, that they've got it and we're not going back. It's not going back. They've got it. Trump will be our president again. All hail Trump. So we'll just see where it goes from now. That's right. But then again, yeah. Let's go back, 3 whole minutes ago to whenever I was saying something about running our country based on a document written in the 18th century. whichever one, written a long time ago. It's got amendments, it's got updates, but they're still not. They really should just scrap it and start all over. I'm not a capitalist. I would be a social democrat kind of person. Social democrat, is that right? Yeah, democratic socialist, whatever. Because in my opinion, and vote. That's absolutely right. Vote, because that's the only thing you can do right now. Sort of insurrection is vote. Insurrection is a conversation for 2 years from now. I said that. Remember that. Yeah, they haven't really done it. It's just an old, outdated document that is just, and they need to just scrap it and start over. And one of the things I was going about capitalism, I'm not a capitalist. I don't believe, I believe I believe in it. I believe in a lot of things. I believe it's unfortunate. Capitalism will let you step over a starving man to throw away food that you cannot give to him because he can't buy it. That's what capitalism does. That's what we have right now. There'll be people sitting at the front of the store, laying on the street, dying of starvation, and in the back of the store, they'll be throwing food out the back, perfectly good food, just because that's where capitalism, that's what capitalism brings you. So that's the peak of capitalism. It works great if you're winning in capitalism, but once you start to lose, then everybody else's winning is really just stepping on you to get up, right? That's a constant battle. So I am not a fan. You know what, guys? I didn't think I was going to be able to sit here and just rattle for a whole hour by myself. I mean, without a guest. But I did it. I did it all by myself, alone and scared. There I was, surrounded. I thank you very much for showing up, guys. All of you, Atheist Pastor, you want to come back on anytime you're ready and you feel like it, let me know. We'll do the thing. Anybody else? I've got some spots open next week. Today, I really didn't push today, though, because I wanted to have a personal talk about where the show is going. And again, any of you guys have any suggestions or ideas for the evening programs that I've been talking about, let me know. And I'll see about it. Because I've got some ideas. I'm trying to get them to formulate, and then I'll start popping out a couple other shows. And again, if you want to be on one of those shows, let me know. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate it. Everybody has been wonderful. You guys are awesome. Thank you for letting me rant. There were things I didn't get onto. I had a list over here, abortion in Missouri. Let me just show you guys this. This is another reason why American Atheists and those organizations are important. Here's this bill that this jackass is trying to push through that will it'll consider abortion murder and will make it compulsory for the police to go arrest women who have abortions. And guess what? It's from the right. A religious nutbag on the right. If there's a woman to be oppressed, you can count on your Christian religious nutbag to take care of that for you. I'm just saying. Okay, so Vagrant Sam, I love that you mentioned that. I was talking to Christy on Mathpig's channel. Christy, and she's got a cool Hispanical last name, De Santiago's, I think. I'm sorry, Christy, if I forget your name. I was talking to her, and that's her bag. Her whole bag is policy. She doesn't really, I'm sure she may care a little bit because policy is based on party, kind of. But her whole deal is policy. It's the policy that matters. That's where I got a lot to learn. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to avoid politics as much as I could, because I'm very political, but I don't have all the facts. I didn't want to go spend all the time to go making all the facts. But I've got friends out there. I could be sitting here and I could go, oh yeah, and this here happened. What year was that? And I can ask out to my friends, and one of you guys will go look it up. Makes it not nearly as scary. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for showing up and being with me and hanging out with me. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be Saturday, Sci-Fi Saturday, and we're going to have some girls doing sci-fi. I love women in sci-fi. We need more female representation in the sci-fi world, and I'm going to have some on tomorrow. So Tiffany Lewis Lockhart will be joining us for sure, and then I may even have Godless Unicorn with me as well. I don't know that much about her, but she's a girl and she likes sci-fi, and she's probably willing to come on the show possibly if she has time. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. Otherwise, thank you all for showing up, guys. Did I run my blame Mathpig? I think I did. I got my Mathpig out there blamed. So we don't want to do that. More left tends to be, yeah. I'm really progressive. So if I'm going to do the political talk show, it's going to be a liberal progressive, not Democrat, progressive. I'm more of a progressive. But anyway, thank you all for showing up, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Boop.